Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So, the Supreme Court just issued a ruling today against the Trump administration, and it's a really big deal. So, this is where the real test will begin because we're going to see, is Trump going to go full authoritarian? Is he going to defy the highest court in the US? Or will he comply? Is he going to go along with this? So, here's the deal if you haven't heard. There was a 5-4 ruling, so it was very close. But the Supreme Court ruled against Donald Trump and Elon Musk and his Doge boy band, essentially, because the issue at hand was whether or not $2 billion worth of U.S. aid would be allowed to be paid by the government. So this was money that had already been allocated for work that had already been completed. Unsurprisingly, the judge who lied about the upside down flag at his house, Samuel Alito, he issued a dissenting opinion, and he wrote in part, quote, "As the nation's highest court, we have a duty to ensure that the power entrusted to federal judges by the Constitution is not abused. Today, the court fails to carry out that responsibility." So he's saying this because a lower court had ruled that no, the Trump administration does not have the right to withhold these funds. This money has already been allocated by Congress. These, services have already been provided, or whatever the case may be, and they owe the money. So you can't just arbitrarily fake fake government agency and Elon Musk, unelected jackass, who thinks that he should run the world because he has the most money. You cannot just cut these funds off and tell people they're not going to get paid. So essentially, the judge was following the rules and the Constitution, and Justice Alito has an issue with that. I guess what Alito is saying is that he's okay with the government signing contracts, agreeing to pay people and organizations, and then stiffing them. So, note to self, don't do any work for Justice Alito because you probably won't get paid. He doesn't believe in following through when he has a contractual obligation. So anyway, like I said, we will see, but this was a huge deal because there were a lot of different opinions on this. Some people thought, the court would be reticent to issue a ruling like this because then they do face, like, what if Donald Trump does say, F you, I'm going to do whatever I want, right? And he just doesn't abide by their ruling. He just decides to do as he's been doing and withholding these funds. Then we will literally be in a constitutional crisis. But beyond that, then it sets up this dynamic where the Supreme Court is seen as less legitimate. And they are very terrified of not being seen as a legitimate body and having their rules followed, because then what's the point in having a Supreme Court? If people are just going to flip them the bird and do whatever they want, then they really have no power. And honestly, they don't. It has no teeth. There is nothing that they can do. So that is why we would be in a constitutional crisis, because if Donald Trump just decides he's going to steamroll them and ignore their decision, there is nothing that can be done. There is nothing. So we are counting on the most amoral person on the planet to do the moral and right thing and follow the rules. Someone who has proven repeatedly after his almost 80 years on the planet that he never follows the rules and he doesn't care about the law. So this will be interesting. And as I shared with you guys recently, there was a focus group that was done, or 2 focus groups, in fact, by Engageus. And the people in these focus groups, they could not comprehend the idea even that Trump might defy the courts. They have a complete and total lack of imagination No forethought. I mean, it just never crossed their mind. And they truly did not think that it was something that he would do. And these were swing voters who went for Biden in 2020 and then went for Trump this past year. So, I'm not hoping that he does it, but it might be a wake-up call for a lot of people if he does it. If he just blows right past it and keeps doing what he's been doing. We'll see. I'll keep you posted, but this is a very big deal. All right, thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe to the channel if you have not. If you can donate, truly appreciate it. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.